Well, after two big games released for PlayStation 2, Sly Cooper and the gang are about to hit off again, because here's number 3, my friends, and I'm going to review it. Here's my review of Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, back again with another review of a video game. This time it's the third installment of the Sly Cooper series. That's right, Sly and the gang return for another big adventure. Now, before I go into this, if you haven't seen my reviews of the first two games, click on that card and it'll take you to a playlist I've created in case you might have missed my reviews of the first two Sly games, or if you want to see them again. But anyway, this time they're about to prepare for an even bigger adventure. Maybe not as big as the last one, but a little bit more challenging. So now, without further ado, I bring to you Sly 3, Honor Among Thieves. Sly 3, Honor Among Thieves is an action-adventure stealth platformer game released by Sony Computer Entertainment America and developed by Sucker Punch, released on PlayStation 2 in September of 2005 in North America, and then later got ported to Europe a month later. Okay, now then, Sly 3. The third installment of the Sly Cooper franchise. Also, I will tell you, this also has optional 3D stages as well. Now, new variations in the game include playable characters besides those of Sly and the gang, his two colleagues, Murray and Bentley. First off, Sly's love interest, Inspector Carmelita Montoya Fox, is a playable character in some of the mini games and a few times in the main game. Secondly, some new characters have been introduced, including a shaman named the Guru and a mouse named Penelope. Finally, characters from previous titles like Dimitri from the last game and the Panda King from the first game are playable as well. Furthermore, Bentley and Murray have the ability to pickpocket in this game. Murray hoists stunned or unsuspecting guards above his head and shakes them down for coins and loot. The coins must be picked up off the ground after the guard is shaken. And Bentley uses a fishing rod-like magnet to reel in coins and loot. When the magnet attaches, Bentley moves away from the guard to pick the pocket. Pickpocketed loot no longer needs to be sold back at the safe house. The amount an item is worth is immediately added to the coin count. Special treasure is absent from the overworld, unfortunately. There's 3D sections. 3D glasses have been distributed with each new copy of the game and are used in certain parts. However, 3D effects are optional, allowing the player to view the levels in standard 2D instead. Some levels are playable in 3D from the beginning, while other levels require the 3D feature to be unlocked. So anyway, now Sly 3 features new gameplay elements and skills such as safe cracking, searching for clues and objects in paintings, aerial combat, disguises, pirate ship battles, and conversations. However, the removal of clue balls and vaults was unpopular with players, which henceforth means they weren't included, which that's kind of a bit of a downside. Also, to increase the replay value, an offline multiplayer mode is included along with challenges and extra movies unlocked for specific game completion percentages. And what have you. Now, I said a month after this was released. Actually, it was 2 months when it got released in Europe, so apologies. The game opens 1 year after the events of the previous game, where I'll go ahead and tell you what happened in the end. Neela bonds with the Clockwork mech to become Clockla, and, well, Bentley gets injured and what have you, but I'll get to a little bit of that later. Sly, Bentley, and other unidentified characters are attempting a vault heist on an island in the Pacific Ocean, but they are intercepted by Dr. M, the island's owner. Sly gives up his family's cane to save Bentley from a monster, but gets captured himself. While the monster crushes him, Sly's life flashes before his eyes. He recounts his family's history and the events of the previous two games. He then recalls meeting one of his father's colleagues, Jim McSweeney, who revealed to Sly the existence of the vault and that it contains the Cooper family's accumulated wealth built up over the centuries. Sly went to find the vault only to discover Dr. M has built a fortress on the island in an attempt to enter the vault himself. Sly needed additional experts to get past Dr. M's extensive security. He needed to expand the Cooper gang. So it has a large flashback that recounts how Sly and Bentley recruited more members for the heist. First, they sought to bring back Murray, who had left the game after taking responsibility for Bentley being paralyzed in the end of the last game. He had been studying Dreamtime from a guru to find inner peace, and the guru had sent Murray on a mission to clean the water in Venice, Italy. Sly broke Dimitri out of a local prison in exchange for his help in locating him, and Sly and Bentley learned that local mob boss Octavio was polluting the water with tar as part of a scheme to threaten the city into liking opera again. Now, here's where I'm going to go with the game has 6 episodes or stages. Then after that, you go to Australia to reconcile. Well, for Murray to reconcile his actions with the Guru, and they have to encounter the Mask of Dark Earth. Then they go to Europe and meet a Dutch mouse named Penelope, so they can be prepared to take on her boss, the Black Baron. Also, Mugshot from the first game appears as well. After that, you'll go to the next stage where you'll meet with the Panda King, and also from the first game. Yes, he had forsaken his life of crime, and elaborated that his daughter had been taken by General Sao, planning to marry her. And then they would go meet with Dimitri in the Caribbean Sea and face off with pirate Captain Lafoy. And then we go back to the beginning and what have you. And we get everything for the big, big finale. So anyway, that's all I'm going to tell you. But I will tell you, its ending does lead into the events of what would be a 4th game. But we wouldn't get for another, let me see. Yeah, for almost 7.5 years. And it was called Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. While Sucker Punch was not involved with developing it, since they were working on the infamous series, they had Sanzaru Games develop it for PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita. But I'll talk about that another time. Anyway, now again, the gameplay is similar to the previous games, but with just the changes, as I've told you. And I will say, after the success of the last game, fans wanted more, and so Sly 3 was rushed into development. And I will say it was pretty good. I think some of the good mini games that I liked were treasure hunts. They were tricky at first, but once you get the hang of them, the game received generally favorable reviews and what have you. Complex called this game the best game in the series and the 20th best PlayStation 2 game in general. So it has gotten some pretty modest to decent reviews from GamePro, Game Informer, Electronic Gaming Monthly, even the official US PlayStation magazine, plus several other things. So anyway, I'm gonna say from my point of view, Slide 3, it's still pretty good, but it is pretty tricky in ways. But once you get the hang of what you do, it's awesome. So anyway, give me a second and I'll show you just a little bit of a sample shot. Here's a little bit of a screenshot. This is taken from episode number 3, where you're in Europe encountering Penelope. But anyway, you can see you still got the same moves for Sly, just like before. And of course, once you have a lot of coins, you can use it on ThiefNet to get more power ups for your main characters. So anyway, now you know that Slide 3 isn't that bad. Anyway, Sansaru Games will do updated development for the Slide Collection on PlayStation 3. Anyway, would this be a game I would recommend? I'd say sure. I mean, if you are a hardcore completionist, I'd say go for it. Slide 3 is pretty good, but I still think the second one's the best. But you want to take my word for it, you be the judge. So anyway, I'd say it's still pretty fun and what have you. It's tough though in some parts. Some might give you a wee bit of frustration, but but again, you'll get the hang of it though eventually. So anyway, that's all I'm going to tell you about Slide 3 Honor Among Thieves. It's good in some ways, but anyway. But what did you think of Slide 3 Honor Among Thieves? Have you ever played the game? Let me know what in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And join me next time when I bring to you one more video game review. And this time I'm going to go old school and talk about Super Mario World. So I do hope you enjoyed this. And if you did, you may want to check out these other games I've recently talked about. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of the second Ratchet & Clank game, Going Commando. The upper right-hand corner is my review of the third Ratchet & Clank game, Up Your Arsenal. Or if you would like something else that is video game related but in movie form, see my spoiler-free review of the Super Mario Bros. Movie in the bottom left-hand corner. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.